Hi guys, this is an update on the gold butterfly clippings that I did. And these are only 3 nodes from that clipping. So what happened to the clipping that was done 3 months ago from today? No, not exactly today, but it's been a little over 3 months. But anyway, so it started off due to necessity, really. That plant came broken and unhealthy and just sickly. So I tried to rescue the broken parts, and I was told by the seller to put them in water, and it was starting to rot. So I did my research, and out of desperation, I put them all in coco coir, and I cut everything down as much as I can and left really, like, I would say a total of 2 inches, and obviously the node is still there. Just so you know, when you are clipping and propagating, there has to be a node. If there is no node, it is not going to grow. So be careful with that. There are also situations in which it is better to just have the node without any leaf and without like the extra stem, because you have to think there is no root system. And instead of focusing on growing more root system, it's going to try to keep the plant alive, like the leaves. And when that happens, it really is counterproductive, and it could actually kill the clipping. From my personal experience, I do prefer without any leaves. So these are new leaves. As you can see, they're really tiny. This is the gold butterflies, like I said. The reason they're very bleached is because this was under a grow light or an LED plant light. This was growing in coco coir, like I said. It also had a heat mat underneath it 24/7. The grow lights that I had, and everything, all the equipment is going to be down below in the the description section, just like my social media and other social media accounts and everything that I've used with this. So I would water this on a weekly basis, and make sure when you do water that you don't water either too often or a high amount of volume. The first time you do water, I would suggest you saturate it, and that is to encourage just the nodes and the plant. It's not technically a plant because there's no root system. So the clippings, so it would kind of encourage where the direction of the moisture is going to go. Now, when that happens after the first watering, I don't really water as much. I just water enough. And for me, if water goes through the drainage holes, because everything that I do use, either it for clipping or an established plant, there always is drainage holes. And if you don't have that, this can rot the plant and slowly kill it. So I make sure I give it enough volume that the top part or wherever the clippings are is getting some kind of moisture. But if it does go through the drainage holes, I make sure the next time I water, I don't water as high of a volume. So if I water it, let's just say 3/4 of a cup, that's kind of a lot really for an unestablished plant with a bunch of clippings in there. Then I would say if it goes through the drainage hole, I would actually just go to a 1/2 cup. But also, it also depends on how big and crowded your pot is. I usually try to crowd the grower pot as much as I can, because like I said, these are all clippings. But don't do it too much that they're all touching each other, because once they do grow roots, this is going to be kind of harder for you to pull them apart. So they were probably about 1 inch apart. It could be less, but they weren't like touching or anything. So after 3 months, they started to have, I would say almost 3 months, they started to have the growth of the leaves, and there is even some new growth right here as well, if you could see that, and that one right there, and that one right there. You can't see the clipped part anymore because I buried it underneath the soil. This is just such potting soil. It's just your average soil. I do love this brand so much from my personal experience. They don't come with infestation like Miracle-Gro does or any kind of Scott's product. Secondly, it's very affordable. It's not as common as Miracle-Gro or Scott's Miracle-Gro, because I think that they're kind of monopolizing the big box stores. So this one, I had to find it somewhere else. I'll try to link it down below, but it's kind of also hard to find it in a lot. It's a regional thing. If you do have a Menards in your area, I believe they carry this. If not, I'll try to link it down below. And if I can't find a reasonably priced one, I'm sorry, but whatever I can find, I'll just link it down below. From what I've been using their soil for quite some time now, and it's really, really good. And it's not their all-purpose like potting soil that it just says potting soil. It is very fast draining. It is faster draining, I would say, than Miracle-Gro cactus soil. That one retains a ton of water. But it's not as fast draining as the black gold. The black gold like barely really holds anything. I've also used their cactus soil, and it's incredibly fast draining. It's probably similar to the black gold. It's just I think it just doesn't even retain as much as the black gold. No, I'm sorry. I'm switching it. So the black gold cactus is actually retains less moisture than the Schultz cactus or palm soil, but it's the difference is very minuscule. So it's not like when you compare it to Miracle-Gro or Scott's Miracle-Gro cactus soil, that's a huge difference. Because I was able to do that really with two different plants with the Miracle-Gro versus black gold. So I prefer the Schultz because it is cheaper, and black gold is definitely higher quality soil, I would say, but I always fertilize my plants, so it's okay. If you don't really fertilize your plants, I would say black gold will be a better fit for you. But it does say that they do add stuff in there for Schultz anyway, so just do check that out. Everything that I used to water when this was still a clipping will be linked down below. What I used today, after I transplanted to water, will be linked down below as well, because that will be different. When there is established root system, I do switch to different watering formulation or watering combination due to it can actually suck in more nutrients, and so this will encourage more growth. But again, I just transplanted this, I would say, like 20 minutes ago. So the black part here, this is earthworm castings, and this is the Schultz potting soil. And this one sits about half a foot to a foot away from an east-facing window, and it's just because it can survive in that sense. The only thing in front of it is a Syngonium Maria Illusion. So this is also a Syngonium. They're the same. It's just, I believe the spot it's in that I placed her just has more light for her, especially in this height, because my Maria Illusion is probably about a little over 2 feet tall now. So there's a big difference, and if I put this right directly next to the wall or the window, I don't think she's going to get as much light as when I'm just pushing her out. This will probably darken, and what I've noticed with the gold butterfly, it is my fastest growing Syngonium. I do have other Syngoniums that do sit and do get more light, but I think if you want a super heavy duty, easy growing, fast growing Syngonium, the gold butterfly is definitely the way to go. It definitely is very easy for beginners. Like I said, if you didn't see my unboxing and my vlog for my gold butterfly, my mother plant, it was like basically dying, and I took care of it as much as I could. It was, when I opened the box, it was like sickly and dying, and then the next day it was like crumbling even more, and I really was kind of heartbroken on that. I really didn't think that even these clippings were going to survive, but it did. If you guys have any questions, comments, suggestions, let me know down below. I do plan to water her every week, and again, I do not plan on making sure that the water does go through. And as you can see, these are 3 different nodes, so this will become 3 different plants. But because there's so little, I don't want them to be I don't want it to be overly crowded in a sense, but I also don't want it to be that it's going to be overwatered because of the size of the pot versus the plants itself. From that clippings alone, there have been a few of them that have died, that didn't really survive. Again, I've been saying it over and over again. The mother plant was a sickly plant to start with. So far I've only gotten 7 total, and I do have a different pot for that, and I will vlog that as well. But this is the result for one of them, and the reason there's only 3 here is because the root system for these 3 are pretty impressive for me. So I didn't want it to add another one, and it's gonna get too crowded. So far my plan is to water on a weekly basis. That can change, obviously, just depending on how much she is going to acclimate in this 6-inch pot, in a new medium, which is potting soil instead of coco coir, because those are totally different mediums, and also getting natural light now, because like I said before, this was just directly under, no natural light, and just directly under plant lights. So, and also had a heating pad underneath the grower pot. So this is my gold butterfly 2. And any questions, comments, suggestions, let me know down in the comment section. I love hearing from you guys all the time. If you want to connect, all my social media accounts are in the description section. And of course, I hope you enjoyed my vlog. Hit the like, subscribe, and of course the bell so you're notified every single time I do upload a new video. Anything else that I forgot to mention, or I just didn't mention anything, let me know down below so that I could try to answer them, or try to answer them on the update for this particular plant. Thanks guys, and I'll see you guys again next time. Bye.